Whoa, we had two people on there waiting. Sorry if we kept you waiting. We have to make sure we share this with the right people and get everybody involved. Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev. That's right, it's going down June 17th at the Mandalay Bay Hotel in Las Vegas. And I guarantee you, you better prepare to wear the thinnest amount of clothes ever. You are going to burn up in Las Vegas. It is going to be hot. Going into this fight, I think Ward has the upper hand in the confidence because he already knows he beat Sergey Kovalev. Kovalev body language told you towards the end of that fight it was done. He was completely spent. The longer that fight went on, the worse it was going to be for Sergey Kovalev. I think it won't be the same type of fight we seen before. I think Kovalev best thing is to catch Ward early and jump on him. He needs to try to jump on Andre Ward before Ward gets set and settled into the fight. Ward being a little aged and a little out of the ring, it took him some time to get his rhythm. So I will be addressing this Suge Knight thing. Don't worry about it. I will do that before I leave today. Why in the world would I be going against DJ Academic? For what? That don't even make any sense. What we gonna battle about? We have no beef whatsoever. Making up a beef is not my thing. I'll look into that. I'm not sure if he fired John David Jackson. That would be very dumb if that was the case. Because who could he bring in that would help strategize and keep him on point? I think he follows John David Jackson's instructions. Hey, if you got some haters, at least you got something going, you know. Nah, and Angel, I don't play 2K17. But I have not heard Sergey Kovalev getting rid of John David Jackson. I'll call John David Jackson myself and find out. Well, Skip's going to stay that. El Diablo, you have issues. Ward should probably retire after this fight. He might fight one more fight after this because he's making the most money he ever made in his boxing career. Plus, HBO don't want him to be an announcer as long as he's an active boxer, which was really stupid. So I'm glad they come to a realization that Andre Ward was the A side in this situation. And then after getting the victory, main events was going to have to play ball if they wanted to get this rematch to go. Now, they come to an agreement. Now, watch how everybody say how hard it was to make this fight happen, which it was. So y'all give me the predictions. How you think the rematch is going to turn out? Tank Davis is great because of his power, but with somebody take him in deep waters, I think we're gonna find out a lot about Tank and how much he really has in the tank. But he looked really good against Pedraza. This is a very risky fight for Sergey Kovalev because if he loses this fight, his invincibility at this weight class is done. This is the fight where I believe the screw job is coming in for Andre Ward, or I'm going to bet heavy on the draw. So as they don't want to destroy Sergey Kovalev. I gotta get a shirt on. Sorry, guys. Y'all gotta see the muscle man in here. I gotta put a shirt on right now. I'm lacking, Jason West. I'm lacking. I need to put a shirt on. So y'all can't see my fat. Cause I'm lacking, homie. Oh yeah. That's how I hide all the rolls. Okay, now I'm back with a shirt on. Those called muscles, buddy. It's boobs when it's not solid. For you homos out there, do not make pictures. What's up? Mr. Boxer today has shown up. I was just watching a video of us yesterday. It just popped up on the browser from like January 2011. Back when Sean was obsessed with interviewing everybody. I always loved this shot. This shot showed me the true essence of the fight. This was the true turnaround of the fight. Andre Ward became the stronger fighter, while Kovalev became the meeker of the two. The pendulum has swung, and you started to see the rise of Andre Ward and the decline of Sergey Kovalev. Kovalev was good early, but it was clear that Andre Ward was the rising tide and he was the declining tide. Just like here, when he's pulling back from Ward coming in, he's more leery of the punches coming towards him. Nah, Kovalev looked good early, but late, no. I gave Ward like 8 or 9 rounds in that fight. Cormier is fighting Anthony Rumble Johnson? Are you serious? I thought they were just fighting on the same card. I didn't know they were fighting anybody, like fighting each other. You see how they promote the brothers? Yeah, I've been telling them that. Then the UFC tried to shut me down. They spent money to try to shut me down. That didn't work. Because I kept telling people the truth about the UFC and they didn't like it. Especially about Dana White. They've blocked me from the browse feature. When my video used to appear in the browse section, they've knocked it down completely now. No, it's not that at all. Didn't use anything from the UFC. Did you see any UFC footage up, Mr. Drake? Hit him with that Roger Mayweather. I saw the fight. Did it look like that mother lost to you? Huh? You seen the fight, didn't you? Then how you think that mother... But the fact that he wanted this fight again shows you Kovalev is a warrior. He wants to take this fight and he wants to prove to the public that he could beat Andre Ward. And that the first fight was so easy and he could have beat him and this and that. Kovalev has to jump on Andre Ward early. If he doesn't jump on Andre Ward, Ward will figure him out and destroy him. He will take away everything Sergey Kovalev wants to do. Nikki Swayze, why are you falling for that? Nikki Swayze, don't fall for that. Ward was resting. Kovalev don't know how to rest. He throws everything with power, and then when he tries to go in there, shuck and jive, and do all that wasted energy, Ward is resting. Ward knows how to circle the ring and make Kovalev chase him. You guys think that's running. That's called boxing. You're letting him use all the energy to come towards you while you're resting. You're not exerting a lot of energy. These are some of the things you guys didn't see in the first fight. Kovalev was circling the ring instead of cutting off the ring. And it made it a harder fight for Sergey. And because of these reasons, Andre Ward was able to storm back in the fight and take the fight from Kovalev. His head became a target. Those shots that Ward was missing early, those left hooks, when the fight got late, I knew those shots would land. Because Kovalev's upper body movement was going to be slowed. His movement was going to be slowed down. And once he slowed down, there was the shots. See, Ward is a little rusty from being out of the ring for so long. So to catch him early making a mistake is the best thing for Sergey. But Sergey needs to jump on him early to let him know, I'm not going to let you get comfortable in this ring. He gave Ward far too much respect trying to box with Andre Ward. Ward was looking good for the first 2 rounds. If Ward didn't get dropped that round, that was going to be an Andre Ward round. So, if Sergey Kovalev can get it going like he did last time early and stay on that pace, then you're looking at a different fight. You're looking at Andre Ward fighting to try to survive a surge and assert his own aggressiveness. But Ward has fought guys like that. But knowing this guy has knocked you down and hurt you before, you're going to give this guy a lot more respect so that it doesn't happen again. I know that. You know that. Shannon Briggs, we're not talking about Shannon Briggs like sucking. We're talking about Shannon Briggs being involved in, I don't know how much. He's involved in so much right now, I can't even tell you. Yeah, I've seen Arrow get rocked in sparring before. But that's sparring. Exactly. But this is an educational lesson for Arrow. Arrow has to realize he's in the ring now with somebody that's stronger than him. Now we get to see if Arrow can take it. Thank you. Exactly. Now, does anybody in here thinks Kovalev's going to knock out Andre Ward in this fight, or vice versa? That there will be a knockout in this fight? That's because people are believing headlines. Errol Spence is very good. But people don't look at the fight Errol just had 2 fights ago, where he went the distance with a guy who he was supposed to kill. Well, get your $50 ready, because Cale's gonna beat him, and it's gonna be a contested fight of boxing ability. But Errol has never faced anybody like Kell Brook. Everybody underestimates Kell Brook until they get in the ring with him. Then they go, "Oh my God, this guy's better than what I thought." Yes, I seen the Carson Jones fight. Did you see the Carson Jones fight 1 and Carson Jones fight number 2? I'm still mad about AJ Styles not being involved, with the SmackDown. I'm not happy about that. But I will say this. And I will say this and be clear. Since no one believes Kovalev is going to win by knockout or Andre Ward is going to win by knockout, let's go right now. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Charles Rayford Jr. believes that Andre Ward is going to win by 10th round knockout, which would be a shock to me. Because I know Ward is not going to push for that knockout. It would be the fight of the summer if that was to take place. That would be a very epic performance by Andre Ward. Bernard Hopkins is the king of what? The king of taking advantage of his opportunities. Bernard, I do credit him for staying in shape. Exactly. The king of headbutting. Dirty fighting. AJ Styles built SmackDown back up. They haven't had a star like that in a while. Now they want to move him to Raw. Why? Why you want to move AJ Styles to Raw? He should stay right where he's at. They do that all the time. They trying to build up one big network, and they's like, well, you graduated. Like, Raw is the end all be all of everything. Well, Raw was having bad matches. That's why they got rid of Bang Bang Mick Foley. You know, it's like, why are you keeping Mick Foley around? Nobody really cares about Mick Foley like that anymore. It's time to move on. We're doing too much old stuff. All the old guys got to go. The NXT, you know, those guys, to see all four of those guys from the NXT champions in the ring at one time, that was good. Even though, you know, what's his name got hurt. And to see him return with the guy who injured him by accident, Seth Rollins. And then you got Samoa and Kevin Owens. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't have been any hardcore matches. Hardcore matches didn't exist into WWE. They were too afraid of wrestlers being out, couldn't take it. EC Dub, EC Dub, EC Dub, EC Dub. And Paul Heyman sold all of them out to Vince McMahon. Paul Heyman sold all of them out. But here's the thing. I don't know about this fight being in Las Vegas. Having this fight in Las Vegas, let's talk about that. Because you guys are drifting this into a WWE thing. Let's go back to Sergey Kovalev, Andre Ward. Having this fight in Las Vegas in June is not ideal. Okay? Oh, this is Superman, by the way. Autographed by Brandon Rao. It's my Superman. Brandon Rao. Not that other Superman. Ralph is the Superman. Then, of course, we got Negan. And what does Negan say right there? What he signed to me? I will shut this down. No exceptions. No exceptions. What he did to Glenn was necessary. Having this fight in Vegas in June, though, that's the thing. Maybe they could get away with Vegas not being so hot because it's early June. But if you're looking at Floyd Mayweather's putting their event in June, this is why I think they're going to move it to September. Remember I told you that June date for Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather was not set in stone? Now I told everybody was like, it's going down in June. I'm like, June is too soon. They're going to have to move this thing. Well, the Raiders will have to deal with the heat only during the August when their training camp starts in Vegas. That's why. But during like October and all that, November, it's going to be a perfect day for them. Football season coincides with that. The time you don't want to be there is like early September and August. July too. July is a scorcher in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, like towards the end of June, the weather start hitting the high hundreds. You're looking at 110, and this is desert heat. This is when people passing out on the streets. So you got to understand, you're in the desert, so there's no pipelines bringing water in and all that stuff. All the water is really being imported. So people don't waste water there. If you go to the restaurant, they don't bring you water unless you ask for it. The fight wasn't a draw. Andre Ward clearly won the fight, and that's about all I could tell you about that. He clearly won, in my opinion. I don't know why Kovalev fans is upset. I mean, I had it almost like 9-3. 9-3. I'm thinking, like, every time I watch the fight, I'm like, how did they give Kovalev this round? Kovalev needs to jump on Andre Ward early. That is his only chance of winning this fight. If he doesn't jump on Andre Ward early, it will be a bad night for him because he's going to be stuck in what we call the grease. Andre Ward has felt his power, and he knows he's going to fade. They're going to look for Kovalev to fade, and Kovalev will fade. After 5-6 rounds, Kovalev will burn out. He wastes so much energy in the ring doing all this. He's getting himself tired. He's not cutting off the ring. It's a matter of time before he goes. Like, he's gone. You ain't got to worry about him no more. He's done. Yeah, he caught Ward with a counter shot. Wasn't off his offense, it was off his counter punching. He timed the right hand right. Both of them were going for right hands. His got there quicker. Ward never saw him throw the punch. How do you cut off a ring? It's very simple. When you move right, your right foot goes first. Then the left foot. If you move left, your left foot goes first, then your right foot. People don't know how to move in a ring. You have to keep your leg on the outside of their inside leg. That's how you cut off the ring. Whichever direction they're moving, you have to know how to cut off a ring. I know how to cut off the ring. That's one of the first things they teach you in boxing. One of the first, when you're inside the ring, is how to cut off a ring, how to move your feet in a ring. You don't even have to catch his rhythm to cut it off. It's about foot placement. If your foot is on the outside where it should be, you got an opportunity to cut off the ring instead of chasing him. That way you make them fight when they don't want to fight. Oh, you could say it's like dancing, because what happens if somebody interrupts your rhythm while you're learning a dance? Roy Jones fight in a rhythm of a dance. Marlon, you the only person in here talking about I seem nervous. That is amazing. Let me see if I can get Roy Jones Jr. on the call. Y'all want to hear from Roy? Y'all want to hear from the Black Superman, Roy Jones? Well, let's see if we can get Roy on the phone. Well, we couldn't get Roy. We went to his voice messaging system, so we couldn't get Roy on the phone. But y'all think John David Jackson is not his trainer? Let's see if we can get John David Jackson in. Let me call John David Jackson. Because somebody said they don't think John David Jackson was going to be his trainer. So let's try to get him on the live chat with us. He might be training. Might not be around. Well, that was it. People just dropped out. And I'm like, why did people drop out? Like the chat was over. I told you I was just going to see if I could get people to join the chat room. The signal's not dropping. I'm going to add someone in. So I can't be online and then try to call somebody in. It's going to put y'all on the stream on hold. And then they're going to go back and get the person and bring them back. Yes, every time I call somebody, the signal drops. But once it starts ringing, I can go back and bring you in. That's why I'm like, don't even go anywhere. I'm going to see if I could bring them in. Ali is not the greatest fighter of all time, in my opinion. But he was one of them. I see Kell Brook beating him by decision, but I think he hurts Errol in the fight and gets Errol attention. Errol does not hurt him in this fight. He does not hurt Kell Brook in this fight at all. His boxing ability will give him problems. It'll be a chess match, like speed chess. And I think he's gonna hurt Errol with one punch, right hand, and it's gonna get Errol's attention. Oh, I will be doing that. I will be talking about Suge Knight. Kell Brook power is more than okay. But my thing is this. What happens to Sergey Kovalev if he loses again to Andre Ward? That's where we are right now. What happens to him if he loses again to Andre Ward? Are you kidding me? What happens to the legacy of Sergey Kovalev if he loses again to Andre Ward? Does you think that takes away from his greatness? Or do you think that they don't care? I know everybody's telling me, man, they ain't gonna let Andre Ward win this one. If it's close like last time, they gonna screw Ward. Everybody's saying that. Ward knows this. I hope so also. Brooke fought all bums, but Errol Spence has fought all A-class fighters. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. You had a dream. You know it was a dream then. Because Meek Mill shooting anybody is a dream. Is he on probation for shooting somebody? No. He's on probation for being a pothead. They be, excuse me, sir, are you Meek Mill? Yeah. Are you a pothead? What? 5 rounds, he wouldn't make it out of 1. So what? The fight would be a 1-round bout because Meek wouldn't make it to the next round unless I carried him. I'll be destroying that boy. Something serious. Stephen Johnson, we spoke about Grant Hill and his ankle. We did that video already. Now, I'm about to go live and do this Suge Knight video that everybody's been asking me to do for the longest period of time. What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. And I know I have gotten all your messages. Everybody's asking me what's going on with Suge Knight in this situation where he's saying he know who killed Tupac and he named 2 people, Reggie and his ex-wife. Now, before we go down this road, let me tell you this now. Suge Knight is going to do anything possible